Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of 30 days of sketches. Today's sketch is a pretty simple one. I really like it, and it is from Susanna Lee. I went really simple with this one, actually, you guys. I had these two pictures of these peacocks from when we were in Kauai at the Smith's Tropical Paradise. And I had this piece of mixed media that I had done ages ago, and I actually kind of forgot about it. It was just sitting on one of my mixed media boards, and so I was like, you know what, I think I'm just going to use that because it goes so well with the peacocks and the green. And so I just cut it up into about 8 inches wide or tall, and then I just cut a bunch of strips. It didn't really matter the width of 3 of them. It was only the last one that really mattered because then I had to actually measure. um, but I really like how it came out. You will notice I also have some peacock feathers on the right hand side of my screen, and I'm actually going to use those. I got those from somebody's ranch that has peacocks on them, and they've been sitting on my desk for several years, and it was time to get them out and use them. I knew I would have a use for them at some point. I just didn't know when, and today is the day. So we're going to go ahead and use those up and get those on my page. Now I am trying to figure out if I cut that the right width, and I think I am actually going to have to cut another strip because I think that one ended up being too narrow. I should have glued everything down prior to cutting that last strip, but I was trying to do it without cutting or without gluing everything down first, and that caused me to mismeasure. So note to self, be sure that you check and cut properly. It's one of those, measure twice, cut once type of deals. So as you see there, my little black space in between is just too much. I guess I could have pulled them all up and moved everything in just a tad and worked from the inside out, but then I didn't really know if I'd have the same border on both sides. So it's just easier to do it this way. So that piece will go into my stash, and I'll probably use it on some other thing, maybe a card or something like that. But so it's not totally wasted, but like I said, cut it right the first time by actually putting the stuff down where it belongs. So the layout actually just flew together. That's like the most of it right there. Now if you wanted to do those hearts that were layered up there, you could do that. You could do Mickey heads, you could do circles, you could do all kinds of different things across the bottom, but I opted to use these peacock feathers because they were in my stash and they go with the peacocks, so why not? I did end up just using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. As you can see there, I put a big swatch of it down and I just laid everything in it, hoping that holds because I wasn't really sure if it was going to hold, but it did. It was not a problem. I did have my Mod Podge, you can see in the upper right hand corner there. I had Mod Podge available to me just in case, but I did not end up using the Mod Podge. This worked out fine, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. And so that makes my video fairly short today. I am going to make my own title using some very small dies and a little bit more of that paper that I have at the top of the page. And it's just going to be Smith's Tropical Paradise because that's where we were. Now I do have several photos in this series. And so I don't really need to put a ton of journaling on any of them. It's basically this almost like a botanical garden that we visited while we were waiting for our trip to Fern Grotto. We saw birds there. We could feed the birds. The birds actually land in your hands. There was all kinds of beautiful flowers, and I will have a layout about that later in the month. So I'm not adding a bunch of journaling or anything to this one just because there wasn't a whole lot more to say about it. It was just things we saw. No funny stories or anything, but I do want to remember that, we saw some really beautiful things there, and I think the layout with the birds on it I actually have already done, and I have told that story, and it is actually linked to a QR code because I have video of us feeding the birds, and they land in your hands and stuff. So I will try to get the link for that and put it down below if that's something that you're interested in watching. It's going to take me a little bit of digging because I'm not really sure what time frame I did that in. Anyway, here is my little title. I did not actually even put these up onto foam. They are just nice flat letters because they are so small. I didn't really feel like they needed to be on foam. And they are all lowercase, which created the problem that anything that had a descender was not going to really fit because I'm using the bottom of the page as the line that they all follow. So that is why you will see that the P is looks like a capital P. It's actually not. It's a lowercase p. It's just that it is following the bottom line of the layout, so it makes it look like it is a capital P. But I don't mind that, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. So while I finish that up, don't forget to check out everyone else who's playing along with 30 Days of Sketches. There's a bunch of links in the description box down below for you. I am going to finish up this layout just by adding a little bit of glue to the back of each of these letters, and that is pretty much going to do it. I'm not going to make you sit through that little portion of it because you're pretty much seeing here exactly what it's going to look like. So here are the stills. I hope you enjoyed this layout. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you'd give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.